and I'm sorry, your host, and I guys to my day 33 Raw. On this journey with me, you will know that this all began August 1st, where I was dedicated to going raw for 30 days. And towards the end of my 30 days, I realized that I need to keep going and figure out just the right way to get the maximum benefits from this dietary lifestyle. And I'm going to begin with a song. There's no viewers here. That's okay. Catch me on the replay. This is CeCe Winans Fill My Cup. It's kind of late, so I'm going to sing kind of low. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift you up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting in my soul. Bread from heaven, feed me until I want no more. Fill my cup and make me whole. That song hits different tonight, I must say. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and we are going to get into how is this journey going for me so far. The thumbnail does show this delectable salad here, and here it is just for you to see what I'm eating for dinner. This salad is indeed what I would call a Mediterranean salad because of the ingredients. However, I did not use extra virgin olive oil, which is one of the main ingredients for Mediterranean salad. Instead, we are using sesame seed toasted oil, which is quite divine. But still, the seed content, the olives, the greenery, the onions, very, very Mediterranean. Um, so, I wanted to talk to you guys about the end of my 30 days in August. So, this was not a weight loss testimonial, as I mentioned a few videos back, while merging into the next month that we're in now. This is not a video of, um, oh, I lost the weight. This is a video of, no, I had great discipline. Hey, how you doing, Pope Clementine? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too. Thank you. Welcome. This is a journey of going raw for 33 days so far and continuing. But yeah, I was just explaining how um, there wasn't any weight loss going on for the first 30 days. Thank you so much, Pope, for your like and subscription. Thank you. I appreciate that. Stay tuned for more. I'll be continuing my raw journey. Thank you. So there is so much I have done to really gain discipline in this journey just by turning my fork down to so many things I used to be eating. So that was the gain for me. Though I did not have a weight loss victory, well, I really do believe I have inches off, but not, I lost 40 pounds or anything like that. But what I will say is I do want to lose the weight. So, yeah. Hey, Matt Facts. I love to eat too, Pope. It's a part of us, this human experience that we have. Hey, Gabriel. Um, Thank you for the hearts. It's a part of this human experience to enjoy food. So, but my thing is discipline, is very much so what I did take out of August for myself, folks. Discipline to at least withhold or withstand from certain food choices. That's one thing I did gather. And, so for me now we're in September and I want to begin to kind of like focus in on the best way to eat. There is a 80-10-10 food advisory. I can't remember the person who came up with that, but basically it's 80% like high raw, 10% fats, and 10% starch, from what I understand. Now, starches for me can vary because I do have raw sweet potato, and I'm just going to go forward in this month with with oats, overnight oats. Because I googled, are overnight oats considered raw? And I found out that overnight oats are considered raw. And there is an even higher grade of overnight oats that I do want to buy instead of the ones I purchased. Haven't had any yet, But there is a higher grade, which are sprouted oats, and you can find those at Costco, I found out, and they're available online with Walmart. And they're really affordable. You can get 80 ounces at Walmart for 22 bucks. That's good. And so, um, let's see. Someone here is from MapFacts. They're saying, did you know that the only country without red, white, or blue in it is Jamaica? I've never really observed that to be true, but if that's a fact, I do map facts. I appreciate that fact. Thank you for sharing on this channel that geographical information. I appreciate that. Clemente says Clementine, sorry, says yeah, 235 10 male. I love barbecue. Yeah, barbecue is good. You always can do low carb if you like with salad, because meat is very much so okay. I'm not against meat here, just for clarity. I'm not eating meat for this moment in my life, and this segment of my life. I'm not a meat eater, but I do want to say that low carbing is very successful, which is kind of going to segue into what I'm going to say now about meat and low carb. Before I do, Zach Months says, "Do you accept natural facials?" Um, I believe that I'm a pretty good advocate for skincare, so I take care of my skin the best way I can on my own. And then it says from Pope Clementine, Jose says, Morena, Bella Mami. Okay, then. Hello. And then Pope Clementine says, I support you in your journey. I'm really into eating. Yes, food is great. Food is great. I love food too. I want to get back to the low carb segue. Ariel, maybe. Sorry. It says baked chicken, rice, and broccoli. That is a great combination right there, because when you have all food groups, I think that's like the prime way to eat. I really do. I'm just someone that is on a certain segment where that's not what I'm doing right now, but I will have all food groups in the latter end forward speaking. But right now, no. But yes, broccoli, chicken, rice. But what kind of broccoli is it? What kind of rice is it? And what kind of chicken is it? Because I do have a firm belief in the quality of the food. Now, I'm not even eating fully organic, but it doesn't change my understanding and the truth behind my understanding. I'm trying to encourage, hey, it's important to get high quality if you can, when you can, and plan to do it as soon as you can. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like, oh, if you don't, we have to live within our means. We have to be realistic, and we have to be able to just roll with reality. So I'm saying getting the higher quality is what's recommended. But if you have baked chicken that's just from the Albertsons, great. But I would say going to, like, there's a website from Tennessee. It's called Tennessee Farms, I believe, and that chicken there is supposed to be, based on what the website says, vaccine free, antibiotic free, um, grass fed, not corn finished, because corn is the number two highest produced crop with genetically modified or ingredients, organisms. And so I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm sure many things I'm eating right now is, not perfect. Plenty. Everything I eat is not organic. So I'm not here to crucify or condemn. I'm just trying to express the truth so that we can all work towards the best as we can. And if you really want to know what the best is growing your own produce in your backyard or in a pot in your house. That's, controlling the full supply. That's the best. But we have to do our best, and it may not look perfect until we can get to those places. So I want to not act like that. And then it says, Ariel says, I tried fasting the other day for 17 hours. 17 is a victorious number, not in numbers, but literally 17 is a number of victory. It says, just drinking water and almost passed out. Well, I'm no doctor. So I wouldn't say, oh, do it again. I would say, trust your body and consult a doctor if you feel so inclined. But I definitely would say, trust your body. There's nothing wrong with doing what you said you did choose to do. But if you need to add a little electrolyte, a little, Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, or add yourself a Gatorade. Add yourself an armored drink. Add yourself some actual fresh cucumbers that are blended down, a Vitamix or whatever blender you have, and strain that. And maybe have strawberries. Have yourself an actual juice from real actual fruit, and you can strain it to keep it, I guess, fiber down if you're going for liquids. But okay, I'm just giving a suggestion, right? But trust yourself, and if you do need to seek professional advice from someone that can guide you, then you can always do that. I'm definitely not a doctor. But anyway, going back to the low carb direction and just like segueing into barbecue that came from Clementine, basically that's where I'm at now with this salad that I was talking about that I'm eating. This is Clementine. This is a Mediterranean style salad that I have here. You'll see that I have sunflower seeds, pepitas, red onion, little cherry tomato, green olives, spring mix. It's topped with balsamic vinegar, not olive oil, but it's topped with sesame seed oil, which is so great. Toasted sesame seed oil is so good. So this salad is in step with my low carb direction. That's the direction that I'm in right now and that I've chosen to go in due to the fact that I know that low carb works for me. It has worked for me for several years. Now, eating raw, I've experienced raw being very good for me when it comes to like feeling better, elements that I want to disappear, but not always weight loss. Because I've never really pushed into raw for 6 months. I might have done raw for about I don't know, a couple months, maybe 3 months before, around there. I really don't have it fully remembered because it was some time ago and it wasn't a weight loss victory or a focus of weight loss. It was about health as it is now. Because I feel like if you get yourself in good health, that includes exercise, that includes eating a certain way, and that includes your mindset, includes your spiritual situation, which is in my world, the only religion that I believe, or the only belief that I do stand by is the Lord God, Father God. So that's my foundation of what all needs to be working. You need everything to work together. You need to have everything in balance. It's not just about, let me go work out, let me eat this meal. It's about everything in your life being in balance so that you can feel 100% good. Do you know people are getting ulcers from having an issue with forgiving people? That is not a diet issue. That is not an issue that has to do with um, if you're exercising. That is a heart condition. That is an issue of the heart. So it's not just about only what you eat. It's not just about only what you drink or how you move your body. Those things are ample and they're right there at the top of the pyramid of importance. But you got to check every box. You got to dot every I, cross every T. You know, you really do. You have to get your spiritual life together. You got to get your mind together. You got to figure out how you're going to, show up in this world to be who you want to be and letting God have the first place and all that. But I want to talk about how everything is going with these carbohydrates because I'm going low carb raw. Low carb raw. So I should say extreme high carb raw, like 95% raw, because like I do have, well, honestly, like last month I had cranberries. I'm not having those anymore. I'm just trying to think how is that the case this month. Um, well, this month what I'm doing now is including let me just go into it. So I have a little note here. And so I didn't know that the serving size for green olives was only 4 green olives is 25 calories, but it's 0 carbs. So my salad probably has like 8 olives on it, which means I have 50 calories, but I still have 0 carbs. Now, another thing I'm using for my carb reduction is stevia. Now, before last month, in the month of August, I was using maple syrup, date syrup, and things of that nature that was super carby and just really no reason to have it except I was really enjoying the sugar rush because I was a sugar junkie and I'm a sugar recovering junkie. Yeah. And that means that I need to stay away from those sorts of foods because they do tempt me and they are rather alluring. So when I use stevia, which is a leaf based product, which is a plant, which has zero carbohydrates, that is my best source of sweetener. And it tastes really great. So now we're using stevia. And so at this point, when I go into this month here, so far all I've been eating is salad. That's all I've been eating this month is salad. And so it's like this. I'm gonna continue to have my salad, and I'm going to also maybe every other day incorporate overnight oats. Now, overnight oats do contain 27 grams of carbohydrates for every half cup dry. And so that being said, that's the portion I'm going with the mindset of maybe I'll be able to have about 40 carbs for the day, but it's not in stone. I'm not a legalistic person when it comes to this dieting thing. I like to be fluid and be mindful of what my body needs are. And so, but because oats has 27 grams of carbohydrates for half a cup, in my opinion, that's a well worth and worthy idea for me to have before working out, because working out requires that extra burst of energy that I should take advantage of by having a higher carb source. And so having those higher carbs is just why I'm going to consume it. I like oatmeal. I haven't had any oatmeal for this whole journey so far. And as soon as possible, I will be buying some sprouted oats, which is supposed to be the best option for the maximum least processed version that exists. Now, currently, because also they spray the regular oats with some kind of phenyl something, PHENNEL, some long word. They spray the oats with this. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to definitely rely on prayer as I do for everything else for these oats. But I'm letting you know right now, nothing's perfect. And I want to get my hands on the organic sprouted oats as soon as possible. I recommend if you do have oats that that's the ones that you get. I haven't had any so far. But anyway, my oats have 27 carbs, half a cup serving, zero sugar, mind you, in these oats. I was impressed that there's no sugar in the oats. I couldn't believe that there was no sugar in the oats. And then another detail for the oats is that because there is 4 grams of fiber, there's 24 complete gross carbohydrates or net carbs. There's 24 net carbs total. Okay. And so that's good. 24 carbs. Bowl of overnight oats. Here I go. Now, what I am going to pair with the overnight oats is going to be um, the pumpkin puree. Now, the pumpkin puree has 40 grams of carbohydrates and it has 10 grams of carbs and it has the fiber amount of 3. So it's 7 grams of carbs for the pumpkin puree. And there seems to be a 4-gram sugar content, but that's not because it's added sugar, it's the natural sugar that's already within this pumpkin puree. And so to know that I want to actually make my oatmeal with this added sugar, then that means I'm going to have to do 7 plus the 24, and then that's going to bring us to 31 grams of carbs. Can you put the box here?
Yeah.
It's going to be 7. So it's 31 grams of carbs for my oats, whenever it is I choose to have them. Now, how am I counting my carbs for the day? My carbs for the day, they're going to be counted only when it's like a starchy option. Okay, leave them alone actually. Okay, it's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Only if it's a starchy option. For example, the oats. I'm going to count that towards carbs. Am I going to count spring mix towards carbs? No, I'm not. Am I going to charge my green onions to carbs? No. Am I going to charge any of my salad ingredients? No, I'm not. Any vegetables that are there? No, they don't count in my book. I don't want to count that. Doesn't matter to me. But like I say, this is not a legalistic channel. This is a channel of doing what I think I should be doing for this journey that I'm on and enjoying the discipline that it still requires for me to do these things. Anyway, I will count the carbs in tomatoes. I will count the carbs in my strawberries and any fruits that I use. Not any fruits, but certain fruits, okay? Because certain things are fruits that really we don't even realize are fruits. I mean, I believe zucchini is classified as a fruit somewhere, not a culinary fruit, because culinary wise, they always use that for a vegetable. But anyway, the point of the matter is this: at the end of the day, I'm going to eat low carb, and I want to review some of the carbs as I was doing and how that looks. So, my pepitas and my sunflower seeds that I have on my salad most times. The pepitas, have 4 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and also 160 calories, and zero sugar. So, 1 ounce is about one fourth a cup. That's what 1 ounce is. And then the sunflower seeds, they have 28 grams, which is just zero point 0.2 grams less than the pepitas. And that's also about one fourth a cup. And that's going to be 180 grams of calories, 5 carbs, and 2 grams of fiber. So that means really it's a 3 carb situation for the sunflower seeds. And for the pepitas, it's going to be a 2 carb situation. So I'm not worried about the seed content, but I do want to control the portion quantity. I want to control the portion. So if pepitas, one fourth a cup of pepitas is 2 net carbs, and one fourth a cup of sunflower seeds is 3 net carbs, then that's 5 net carbs of seeds. So I would like to control how many seeds I'm eating and not so much freak out about so many the carbs. So I would think having one serving of each of those seed varieties in a salad a day is reasonable. But I also make things like nut milks, and there's just so many things I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out the best strategy, recipe, and process to be successful. And I'm taking you guys on that journey. I just really wanted to review because those are some of the staple things that I will be having for the month of September. That includes my pepitas, my all my seeds, even flax seeds. I don't even have those stats in front of me or on my mind right now. So I don't even have that to share, but I know flax seeds do carry some level of carbs and so forth. So I want to really take the time and monitor how much fat I choose to eat on this journey because it's not all about um, just eating to your heart's content or eating whatever you want to eat because it's, raw. That is not the way. I made a video about this a few days ago. That raw, for me, did not equal weight loss. And I've experienced this a few years ago or a couple years back. When I went raw, I was doing a lot of juices actually. I was highly juicing when this happened before. So you have to be mindful of the full shebang. And then you also have to just really, you got to wait some time for your body to react to the choices you're making. But long story short, I went over the oats information, the sunflower seeds, the pepitas, and the pumpkin puree. Um, I showed you my dinner for tonight. That's kind of me in a nutshell right now, guys. I'm doing well on my raw journey. I'm trying to be more mindful of what I put in my mouth because just because it's raw does not equal that it's going to be some kind of gold serum of greatness. You have to be mindful still of what you eat. That's what I've learned, and it's okay. You can definitely go hardcore and go on like a water fast or something, and you will see some extreme results. My goal right now is my health, and my goal also right now is to get into the discipline that I know it takes to live a lifestyle of high raw and eating the way I'm eating. I understand that I need to start somewhere, and so I'm starting right here, right now. I'm on day 33 raw, and it's going fantastic. Oh, I see that Ariel says that salad looks delicious. Never seen one like that. And then she says, "What the heck?" Oh, well, thank you so much. My salad, just to show one more time the viewers who may just be joining, this is my salad here. It is a Mediterranean style salad, to be quite honest. And this is a salad of plentifulness. I do believe in having a salad that is going to be fulfilling. I do not wish to have just lettuce and balsamic vinegar. That is not satisfying by any means. So you do need to, work hard, play hard. And so what that means for me is okay, if I'm going to have the carb content or the fat content in my salads that I would desire to have, then it needs to be matched with fitness and movement. That's what that means. And so, but I, at the same time, until all of that is working together, I still need to feed my body. I'm not a small person at this moment, and So I don't want to be just cranky and angry and starving. I believe in taking one step at a time and letting that be have grace for yourself. We're not just arriving to this top of the mountain overnight, folks. We don't just jump to victory because, you know, we see someone else that's at their victorious point. That person who's at the top of their mountain started at the bottom of that thing. And so we just have to do what we can. And I'm not trying to ignore what I know needs to be done. So, with that being said, thank you for the compliment on the salad. But this is the end of my video. This is my 33rd day raw, and it has been fantastic. I'm feeling great and highly nourished, and just blessed that I'm able to maintain these eating choices. I feel very privileged that I'm able to do it. So I want to thank everyone that's watching and that will watch later on this journey of being raw. Raw until infinity. We might as well just change this channel to that. Raw until infinity and beyond. I'm going to sing out as I sung in. So we're going to sing CeCe Winans, Fill My Cup. And I'm going to sing it kind of low because it's late. All right, y'all. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting in my soul. Bread from heaven, feed me until I want no more. Fill my cup and make me whole. I'm just thankful right now. Because I've had a long day, you guys, and I'm supposed to be saying peace right now, but I'm saying, let me get some therapy with y'all. Anna's Pathan says hi. Hey, Anna's Pathan. I am going to get out of here, but it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Thank you guys for viewing. You guys be blessed. Take good care. Shalom. Peace.